All right. Welcome everyone to More Languages and Culture with Cooking. We are excited to have you here today. And as we share about Egypt, we're traveling to Egypt today. Do you guys know where Egypt is? Do you guys know where Egypt is? As a clue, we've been kind of focusing on it for this whole month so far.
Africa?
Yes, good job. It is in Africa, and so we are celebrating with this being Black History Month. We're celebrating Black History Month, but we're traveling to different countries in Africa. And so I am going to hand it over to Mr. Paul. I want to give a special shout out to Mr. Paul, woo woo, to Mr. Mario, woo woo, to our team helper, Ernest, woo woo, right, who are here supporting us in our class. And so, Mr. Paul, I'm gonna hand it over to you, and you're gonna hear a little bit, you're gonna see and hear a little bit about Egypt. And so get ready to pack your bags because Egypt is a good place to travel to. Okay.
And am I doing the video or am I going right into the presentation?
I think you should do the video and then do the
Okay,
presentation.
great.
مصر الجميلة بتنادي وكل ايد ممدودة لي ويا رب يبقى الجاي خير وامان. سحر الطبيعة هرم ونيل وسهر ونيل غير قايلين وعيون بتضحك في كل مكان. بحر وسماء سحر وخيال أرض الجمال ما فكرش يوم عالبال. بحر وسماء سحر وخيال أرض الجمال ما فكرش يوم عالبال. أرض الجمال ما خطرش يوم عالبال. بحر وسماء بحر وخيال ما خطرش يوم عالبال.
All right, so that was like a little short video showing like Egypt and how it's really beautiful and attracting a lot of tourism for after the coronavirus, obviously, when we can all travel again. So it's an idea for a cool place to go. So the next thing I'm going to do is show you guys the presentation I put together about Egypt. And we're going to learn a little bit about the people, some fun facts, and the language. All right, so can everyone see it? Yes? All right, great. So the official name of the country is the Arab Republic of Egypt. And here I have a picture of the flag and the map. So the flag is red, white, and black with like a little eagle in the middle. If you see that gold thing in the middle, it's an eagle. So the red symbolizes the bloodshed and sacrifices that Egyptians have made. White represents peace, and black represents the dark period of occupation before it became a republic. And the eagle in the middle stands for its strength and power as a nation. And the bottom, you see that the little map of Egypt is in northern Africa. So you see it's near sort of like the Middle East. So you see Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and then to the left, you see the left and the south of Egypt, you see different African countries like Libya and Sudan. So next we're gonna look at the language. So here we have the official language of Egypt is Arabic. So we're gonna learn to say some common words and you guys are gonna repeat the pronunciation after me, all right? So hello is marhaban. So you guys can try saying that. Nobody?
Marhaba.
All right, thank you. Goodbye is ma salamati. Ma salamati. If you guys want to try that one. Okay, thank you is shukran laka. Please is min fadlika. How are you is kaif halikum. Mother is father is alaba. School is al madrasatu. Beach is shati un barum. And another fun fact about the Arabic language is that there's 11 different ways to say love in Arabic, sort of like a Valentine's Day theme I put together, even though it was a couple weeks ago. But there's 11 different ways to say love in Arabic. We only have one in English, so I thought that was pretty cool. And then some fun facts about the Egyptian people. So 90% of Egyptians are Muslim, and the rest of them, so about 10% are Coptic Orthodox, which is a form of Christianity. I learned that children are very important in society. They see children as very useful because they help on like farms, which a lot of Egyptians have. Tourism, as we saw in the video, is a huge industry and it's one of the biggest economic industries in the nation. There's a respectful mentality for wildlife and nature, and we can see that in the bottom where you have the Nile River. And then we have some Egyptian food besides the dish that we'll be making today. Tamia is like a street food. It's basically a falafel, but in Egypt they call them tamia. And then you have koshari, which is the national dish of Egypt, and it has chickpeas, macaroni, rice, and lentils. And then I also have some pictures of like different important aspects of ancient Egypt. So the steppe eagle is the national animal of Egypt. And like you see here, like the pyramids, the pharaohs, Cleopatra, and camels, they're all main themes about like ancient Egypt. So like thousands and thousands of years ago, these things were around. And like you can see in the fun facts that ancient pyramids date back to the Old Kingdom, which was over 4,500 years ago. And pharaohs, which we see are these sort of like, it's like that gold thing and that looks almost like, you know, it has a thing behind it. Those were the leaders, and after they passed away, they were preserved in tombs that can still be seen today. So I thought that was really cool. And Cleopatra was one of the most famous queens of ancient Egypt. And I just threw a camel in there because I feel like it's very pertinent to Egypt. I don't know. And yeah, so that's about it. So I hope that gave us a little introduction to the country that we're going to be focusing on today. And without further ado, I'll let Ms. Christelle take it away.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Paul. Can someone tell me how to say one of the words that Mr. Paul shared with you in Arabic? Huh? Say it one more time.
Oh, yes, very good. That one means mom.
Awesome. Good job. Good job. Good job. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. I see a new face sitting next to D2. Can you share with me your name?
My name is Kennedy.
Hi, Kennedy. I think you were supposed to be with us like a couple, like maybe the other week ago. So nice to have you. So welcome, welcome. And I see Kayla and I see Destiny. I know we have Ernest here as well. Awesome, you guys. Okay, so we are gonna get started. Some things I want you guys to know about as we talk about like Black History Month as well, Egyptians, they're known for shipbuilding, for mathematics, for making papyrus, which is paper, durable paper. You guys, so all these awesome things, like how Mr. Paul shared about the pyramids and even like hieroglyphics with the handwriting and well, not handwriting, but they use the different pictures to represent a part of the language and that kind of stuff. And so there are all these awesome inventions that have come out of Egypt, which is out of Africa. I think Africa is such a wonderful place because you have where we are in Egypt today. If you look at the location, it's close to the Mediterranean, it's close to Europe, it's close to some of these other countries like Iran and Saudi Arabia. So you're getting a mix of, you have, as an African people, you're seeing the different variations of all the people. And that's something I want you guys to be mindful of as we travel, because what you'll see is that you'll see common things as we travel, or we'll be in one country, but there's different regions in the country that are either a certain population of people based on location. Okay. All right. So be mindful of that. So if one of you, Mr. Paul or Mr. Mario, can you share the menu? Please make sure you have all your items ready. And we're going to get started.
Should I do the ingredients or the recipe?
The ingredients.
Okay.
And
Okay, can everyone see that? Okay.
all right. So I know the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start chopping our onions. And hold on one second. I'm getting a message here. So let's start off with chopping our onions and our garlic. Okay. Let's start off with that. And we're gonna start with that, and we're gonna get some other veggies going. Let me send this code really quick. And when we cut our onions, we cut it straight across, correct? We're gonna cut it flat. And here I am. Can you guys see my screen okay? Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna cut off the top and the bottom. And I'm also gonna cut it in half. Mr. Mario, you guys can stop the share and then it'll take up the full view of the screen. So let's take off all of this skin here. There you go. Take off all of that. And we're gonna chop our onions really good. I have a bowl of water here, just so you guys know. So I'm just rinsing off my onion a little bit. But if you're close to your sink, feel free to rinse it off and make sure it doesn't have any like little spots. Uh-oh, I don't know if you can see that. Okay, you see how it has that little spot right there? Just cut it out. Because depending on its journey to you from the grocery store, it may have bounced around a little bit. So let's actually cut our onion this way here. And I'm gonna cut it straight down like this. And then remember, we're gonna bring our fingers back and then we're just gonna cut straight across. So if you notice, we have these little squares because we're gonna do we're making a macaroni bechamel today. And I don't know if you guys know, but we have a tutor in our program and he's from Egypt. You guys know? I don't know if you guys know who he is, but that's Mr. Youssef, and he's from Egypt. He was born and raised there. And so if you guys want to ask him like, how is it growing up in Egypt? You know, we can talk to him and find out. Or you can talk to him and find out when you book your tutoring sessions, right? So we're gonna do it again. This one. Does anybody know any other fun facts about Egypt? What do you guys know about Egypt? Anything else?
I don't know anything about it, but my best friend's from there.
Oh, that's awesome.
And what we're making right now is, I've had it before, it's really good.
Ooh, okay, perfect. That's awesome. Yay. So, you know, you can even ask him about, you know, like, how is life in Egypt? And I was doing some research, you know, for you all, and there is a tomb called the Luxor. Please forgive me if I'm murdering the name. But you know, just like with the pyramids, was the pyramid, I know Mr. Paul, he shared this, but what are the pyramids for? You guys remember?
To hide all the bodies from the kings and hide all the treasure.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like hide all the evidence.
So it's the tomb. It's the tomb where all the pharaohs were buried. So so that's where the pyramids are, where they placed all of the pharaohs. All right, you guys, I'm doing my garlic now. So let's just, if you have a flat knife, you want to just hit it straight down. Hit it straight down. And then take your knife and just pull off the little skin. Yeah, see how it rolls right out? Same thing for this one. And yeah, so okay, so think about this. And then just chop it up really, we're gonna chop it really fine. So the tombs, these pyramids that they built. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but did the pharaohs like put special things in the tombs with them when they passed away? You guys know? Okay, I don't hear anybody talking. So they did. So all their like most prized possessions, their treasures and stuff like that, they put in the tombs. And so they made these tombs really elaborate and really like fancy. And you know, it had like special, the tombs have like all these special like trap doors and all that kind of stuff, because there would be, because of all the treasure that's in there, sometimes thieves would come and try to want to steal from the pharaohs. So it's like, you know, it's like a secret chamber, you know, they have all these secret chambers. So when you go in there, it's like all these secret chambers and spaces to make sure no one comes and disturbs the pharaoh and all their prized possessions that's in there. So that's why they're so elaborate. And of course, you know, this is a pharaoh. So, you know, this is a pharaoh. So he has, you know, they want to make sure that he has a wonderful burial space, you know? All right, so we've chopped all of our onions and garlic. Is anybody's eyes tingling? My eyes are tingling just a little bit. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start with our ground beef. So if you have ground beef or if you have turkey, we're gonna start sauteing the ground beef and the turkey in the pan. And so put in your, we're gonna add the ground beef into the pan first and let that start frying and sauteing down. And then we're gonna add in the onions, the garlic, the tomato sauce, and some of our seasonings. And then we're gonna put water to boil, okay? Thumbs up? Yeah, okay. All right, so let's get on the stove and let's do our, let's saute our onions. Let's saute our meat first, and then we'll add in the onions because the meat is gonna give off some natural like fat. So we want that to cook out, and we're gonna add in our onions and our garlic a little bit after. But let's also put the water on for the pasta to start boiling. Okay, so this is where we're gonna kind of do some multiple things at the same time, and then we'll come back to this table and finish chopping up like our tomatoes and our lettuce for the salad. Okay, so we're like combining all this together. All right, so pasta with water and meat in pot to cook down. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? So in Egypt, they do a lot of like, they do a lot of stuff with chickpeas, and they do a lot of meat and vegetables. So they do a lot of all of those different things. Does anybody else know any fun facts about Egypt? Does anybody know Cleopatra? She was a queen. So I want that to cook down a little bit. And I don't know about you guys, mine was a little cold because I had it in my refrigerator, in my freezer. So while that's going, put your other pot with water. And we want this water to come to a boil for the pasta. So gonna let that boil. And then check on this. You wanna stir it and kind of break it up. Break it up as you're going. Make sure that you have your pot holder so that your hands. So this is gonna cook down. You can kind of give it as it's cooking, and like because mine is a little icy, it's gonna cook out all of the ice is gonna melt and it's gonna cook all the way down, and then we'll add in our onions and garlic. So I'm gonna let that do that. Okay, so we're gonna do, that's gonna be for the pasta. We can actually start, let's chop up our lettuce and our tomato and lettuce, tomato, and cucumber. And then we'll come back and we'll start putting together our bechamel sauce. So with us cooking like this, we're gonna be bouncing between the oven and the kitchen. I mean, not the oven. Ooh. We're bouncing between,
Turn this down. So we're bouncing from the table.
How do we cut it?
what the,
The tomato.
so cut it in circular. If you have a round, depending on the shape of your tomato, we're just gonna cut it circular. So like my tomato here, I actually have a yellow tomato. And so if you have a red tomato or your yellow tomato,
A red tomato.
yes. So if you have your red tomato, you can just cut it. So like, because mine is big, I'm gonna cut it in half, and then I'm gonna cut it straight across. Let me see your tomato, D2.
Me and Kennedy both.
Oh, for you and Kennedy. Okay, yes. So for yours, you can lay it. So you're just gonna cut it in circles going straight across. So you see how I'm cutting mine like straight across like this?
Yeah. Like how they have at Olive Garden.
Yeah, like how they do at Olive Garden. So because mine is bigger, like how I'm cutting it straight across, I'm gonna cut it straight across, and now I'm gonna cut it straight down. I'm gonna cut it in half after I do that. You guys can just cut it straight across. And the thing is, when you put it in your salad, it's gonna it's gonna look pretty in your salad. And then cut out the little stem there. So I'm gonna put it flat. So instead of me trying to like, because if you see my board here, I'm kind of at this space where I don't have anything to grab onto. I'm sorry. Right here, I don't have anywhere to grab onto. So, so because I don't have anything to grab onto right here, like I don't want to jeopardize my fingers because my fingers are gonna slip, right? You see how it's slipping? So I'm just gonna lay it flat, and I'm gonna cut it in half right there. Okay, so don't jeopardize your fingers because you want to get it to cut a certain way. Because we need these fingers to last us our whole lives, right? Yeah, how about this? I think I may cut mine. If you want to cut yours, like I'm noticing my tomato's still pretty big, so I'm gonna cut it in a half again. So I'll have like these little, like a quarter, like a pizza if you cut it in half, right? So I'm gonna put these to the side. They'll be ready for my salad. Make sure you're checking as you're working with your parents, make sure you're checking on your meat and give it a stir. Your pasta water so we want the pasta water to boil first, and we're gonna add water to, not water, we're gonna add some salt to the pasta, and we're gonna add water to the salt. Ooh, we're gonna add salt to the water, and then you're gonna add the pasta into the pot. Okay, so we've got cucumbers next to cut up. Okay, I'm gonna switch my boards here. And if you have your peeler, you can actually take off some. Sometimes I grew up with us taking off some of the green, but you can keep on all the skin if you want, or if you want to take off the skin if you want. But I think keeping some green is good because it has nutrients. Okay, so pull up all those good nutrients that are in our vegetables there. And then these I'm just going to cut in circles going, just going straight down. Now I don't know about you guys, but I'm smelling my meat, so I want to give it a stir. So as you're cooking, you guys use your nose, use your senses. When you start smelling food, like smelling something going, you're like, something's happening, something's going. So that's a good indicator for you to check on it. Okay, so we want you to use your senses, your touch, your feel, your taste. All that is important when you're cooking. And, and to really be a good chef, like, when you go, like if any of you that want to be chefs, when you go to culinary school, you're going to learn technique and skills. Like even this cucumber, they're going to be like, right? They're going to chop it all like fancy and everything. So you learn all these different really great skills and techniques, or like designs. Like I've seen people make cucumbers look like flowers. Have you guys ever seen that? Yeah. Or Destiny, they'll make it like fashions and stuff. Have you ever seen that? Do we have a fashion designer in the room, Miss Destiny? Destiny, are you in the room? Our fashion designer?
Yeah. Yeah.
So our cucumbers, have you ever seen someone take cucumbers and make it look like
A flower? Well, it depends if I see something or not. You can make it by a flower by using the stem on the bottom, and by doing the cucumber like just a circle. And in the middle, it's just like a circle.
You guys, I have my bundle here of lettuce. And so you want to take off some of these different outer leaves. You want to really look at your lettuce, and any little ends that, got a little messed up in the travel, or when you got it from the grocery store, just break it off. And, you've got the rest of a really good lettuce bunch there. So, and then you want to make sure you wash your lettuce too. So when you break it off, you want to take a look at it. But then you also want to wash it off really well. Okay, so I'm just showing you guys when you're looking at your lettuce, even like how we did the last week, we used the leeks. Just like with the leeks, you want to make sure you want to wash out really good so there's no sand. No, we don't. So we want to wash everything really well. And then you see how I'm laying them inside of each other? We're gonna lay them inside of each other. And this is a trick and a good way to cut your lettuce as well. So instead of like cutting all these little strips, you're gonna cut one roll of lettuce. All right, did you guys put in your pasta already?
I did.
Yes, okay, good. And did you add your salt?
Hi, sorry I'm late.
Is that Alicia? Is that Alicia? Is that you? Who is that?
Yes, hi.
Yeah?
It's me.
Hey, good to see you. All right, so we're gonna, so you notice I stacked all my lettuce on top of each other, right? So now I'm just gonna just fold them over and I am going to just like fold them over and then like I could take this top part here and just tuck it under like this. And then I'm just gonna chop it. And a good trick is if you take this part here and push it under it, top, and then chop again. And you can determine if you want to cut it very fine or if you want it to be a little more chunky and coarse. You can, you know, if you're going to do it chunky and coarse, then you could just go chop, chop, chop. But if you want it to be kind of fine, then that means you're going to come over this and go down closer, closer chop. All right, so you see, cut that full bundle of lettuce in one go. Let's see how you guys are chopping. How's it going? I'm just gonna put these next to my cucumbers. They're gonna be buddies right there. All right, so we have our chopped tomatoes, our chopped lettuce and cucumber. Start getting your onions and your garlic ready because your meat, how's your meat looking over there? Are you smelling it? Are you hearing it? Okay, I'm gonna start and stir it up. If your meat is ready, feel free to go ahead and put, I'm gonna move over to the stove. You're gonna feel free to go ahead and put your tomato sauce, tomato paste into, and you'll see if, depending on your onion, you're gonna see some oil in those same oil. So push them a little bit to the side. And we're going to utilize that same we're going to utilize all that that's giving off. I'm just going to push my meat over to the side. I'm going to add in my onions and my garlic. And you're going to let this go down. And let that cook for a little bit, and then you're going to add in your tomato sauce. in your adding your pepper, your cinnamon, adding your pepper, your cinnamon, your pepper, your cinnamon, and nutmeg. And your tomato sauce, tomato paste was 1 tablespoon, and tomato sauce was 3/4 of a cup. I'm gonna add in the spices. And after this cooks down a little bit, then you'll give it a taste. For your black pepper, you're gonna put in, let's see. So you're gonna put an 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg, a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, salt and pepper to taste. So I like pepper in mine, so I'm gonna be liberal with my black pepper. But for the nutmeg and the cinnamon, you can put, it's like I have some cinnamon here. So it says 1/8 of a teaspoon of your, a 1/2 teaspoon, so 1/2 teaspoon. So that's about half, right? Yep. So we're gonna put that in. And then let's put in some of that nutmeg. And after you finish doing that, cover it down and let it cook away. Some of my
How much cinnamon do we put?
So for the cinnamon, you're gonna put half a teaspoon.
Okay.
And for your nutmeg, it's 1/8 of a teaspoon. So just a little bit. That's on your spoon. Give that a stir. And even for your pasta, you want it to be al dente. So meaning it's not too soft, but it's not hard either. And because we're baking this, we're putting this in the oven. Because we're baking this in the oven, it's gonna finish cooking it's gonna finish cooking all the way through. So I'm gonna cover this down. I added all the spices in. So we're gonna cover this down and let that finish cooking. Let's check on our pasta. So just give that a stir. So these are the penne pastas that's in there. So if you notice,
Mama,
it's giving me some resistance. Like when I try to cut it with my spoon, it's not like easily cutting through. So that lets me know it needs to cook for some more. And while these two things are going, because our salad is already, and you can crack you see how I kind of tilted the pot on my pasta, you can kind of leave it open a little bit so that air can come out. And we're gonna start on our bechamel sauce. So while these two things are cooking, we're gonna start putting together our bechamel sauce. Are we all at the same point for the most part? I know, Alicia, you came in after, but let me know if you need any support.
How much tomato paste do we put?
So you're gonna put 3/4 of a cup of tomato sauce, and you're gonna put a tablespoon of tomato paste.
Okay.
Yeah, and even on my fire for the meat, because I started on like a medium heat, and then as it's cooking now, I'm turning it down because so you want to kind of turn it down to low heat because you want it to simmer and cook down really well. It's already smelling really good. That nutmeg and cinnamon in there. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. So we're gonna let this keep going, and we're gonna give it a taste in a little bit, okay? So for your bechamel sauce, you're going to need 5 tablespoons of butter and 5 tablespoons of flour. So let's start off with those two, and then we're gonna get milk and our spices. So this is like a creamy sauce that we're gonna make. That's gonna make this so good. Woo, 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 yeah. Do you guys sing when you're cooking?
Miss, at the end, can you repeat how many tablespoons? Because I'm not gonna do it here. I had to do it with my daddy. Can you repeat at the end though?
Yes. So you put 5 tablespoons of butter and we're gonna do 5 tablespoons of flour.
5 TBS butter.
TBSP.
How many tablespoons of what? Other thingy?
Of the flour.
How many tablespoons for the flour?
5. 5 tablespoons of butter and 5 of flour.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so what this is called, it's called bechamel sauce. But when you add butter and flour together, it's also called a roux. And so we're making a roux, which is the flour and the butter. And then we add in the I'm gonna switch my burners here. And you guys be careful. Make sure you're being careful with your pots when they're hot. Let your parents help you here. So I'm gonna start here with my bechamel sauce. So let's get some butter. Let's get some butter. Let's get some butter. And it's just 5 tablespoons of it. So you can, if you want to melt it, you can, or like I have my butter knife here. So I'm just gonna do, gonna do about this much. Okay. So the thing is about this butter, we want to start on low heat. So make sure your fire is low. Once you put that butter in and it starts melting, you want to move. You're gonna have to move fast. So make sure you have your flour nearby. Okay, so we're gonna put in that butter. Okay. So we're gonna let that melt. So you can kind of help it along with your, if you have a whisk or a spoon, and let it melt down like that. So we want that to get all the way melted. Okay, so you see how I have stuff, those little pieces right there. Okay. So now I'm gonna use a different spoon. Like I'm using a different spoon to spoon out my flour than my butter spoon. Okay. This butter spoon I'm gonna use to stir, but you don't want to put butter in your flour. Okay. So we're gonna put in. Let's put in 2 first, and then let's stir that in.
Is that the flour?
Yeah. So we're gonna add the other 5. Well, you're gonna add the other 3, but start pouring some of your milk on it. It's gonna help to combine it as we go. Because the thing is, we're gonna melt this down. So it's 4 cups of the milk.
It was 4 cups of what?
4 cups of milk. If you have a whisk, then this is gonna help you to. We don't want there to be any lumps in here at all. We want it to be nice and smooth. And you're gonna notice your sauce is gonna start getting thick. So make sure all those lumps are melted out. Make sure you keep your fire low. And we're gonna add more milk, and we're gonna add some more of the milk. We're gonna add some more of our flour. Keep that going. So we're gonna pour the 4 cups of milk in here. So let's add our 3 more spoonfuls of the flour. And we're gonna add in So 1, 2. Now make sure it's like a true spoonful, not like not like a tower. You see this? Don't put like that. That's a tower. We don't need. That's not a. That's like a spoon and a half.
Miss, how many teaspoons of the flour?
So remember, it's tablespoons. So we're putting 3 tablespoons of the flour. Well, 5 altogether. We put 3 at the beginning, and then we want to add the 3 more, and we're gonna stir it with our milk until it blends all. It's gonna blend all the way in. So our butter, our milk, the flour is gonna thicken it up. And use your if you have a whisk, it's gonna keep it really nice and smooth. So we want it to be nice and smooth, nice and smooth. Oh, check on your pasta, you guys, and you can add more of your other cups of the bechamel, your milk. I'm sorry.
Miss, how many tablespoons are for the tomato?
Oh, for the tomato sauce?
Yeah.
For the tomato sauce, it's 3/4 of a cup. 3/4 of a cup.
How many milk do we add to the pasta?
How many what?
How many tablespoons or cups do we add to the pasta?
Well, remember the pasta is you're just adding that bag, just your 16-ounce bag of pasta. So I'm gonna check my pasta here. So it kind of cuts right through. And then be careful, it's hot, but you can give it a try. Yeah, that's good. So it still has, it's not like super, you don't want it to be mushy. Huh?
I said how many milk for the pasta?
Oh, you don't have to add any more milk to the pasta because this is what's gonna go on the pasta.
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna pour it onto it. So our milk is that one's going. Let's check on this one back here. That one's going. I think this is good. I'm gonna give this one a taste back here. Taste your meat. If it needs some salt, add some salt. Taste it and figure out what it needs.
Miss Hannah, so we just add the onion on it or the garlic?
Both. You're gonna put both of them. Okay.
And how many tablespoons of the cinnamon?
The cinnamon was half a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon, and then half a teaspoon, and then an eighth of a teaspoon for the. Okay. So do you guys see that? I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my pot over here needed some. You see how it's bubbling up with all that?
Eighth of a teaspoon of a what, Miss?
Huh?
A teaspoon of a what?
Oh, of cinnamon. Of the nutmeg. So I'm actually gonna turn off the pasta. So I'm gonna turn off my pasta and I'm gonna drain off the water. But I'm gonna wait a minute because this bechamel sauce, you gotta keep eyes on it. So you want to keep stirring it until it's like smooth and thick. And then we're going to combine them all together.
Okay, I kind of missed the bechamel part. How do I make it?
What'd you say?
The bechamel.
Okay, so for the bechamel, you're gonna start with 5 tablespoons of butter
Okay.
and 5 tablespoons of butter, and then you're gonna put 5 tablespoons of butter and 5 tablespoons of flour,
Okay.
and you're going to let the butter melt down first.
Miss, so what are we gonna do with our vegetables?
Oh, the vegetables is for us to eat next to the side with this bechamel.
Yes.
Okay, in the bechamel, also add your black pepper, cinnamon. Let me see. Let me double check the recipe. We're gonna add this just like we did for the meat. And actually, I think my meat is gonna be good. So I'm gonna turn that off too. Did you taste you guys' meat? How's your meat taste? So the same amount of portions we put in the meat, we're gonna put it in the bechamel sauce too. So we're gonna put some of a half teaspoon of the cinnamon, the nutmeg.
Miss, what are we saying? Half tablespoon of what? Do we get another pot or pan?
No, so in the same for the bechamel. So you're gonna put a half teaspoon of the cinnamon and put a half teaspoon of the nutmeg.
And that's it.
Oh, and you need some black pepper and salt. So I'm gonna put some black pepper. And some salt.
Okay, so I put 5 tablespoons of butter, 5 tablespoons of the flour. What else do I do for the?
Oh, 5 tablespoons of the butter, 5 tablespoons of the flour, and you're gonna stir it in.
Uh-huh.
And as you stir, you'll see the butter and the flour combine. And you can add milk, and then you're gonna add your milk, pour it in slowly. So it makes it's gonna make it into this thick sauce. And then if you have a whisk, use your whisk, or if you have a spoon, to stir it in together.
Okay.
So you should have this thick sauce. You notice how my milk sauce is getting thicker as it sits here and cooks? So we want it to be this thick, creamy sauce. And you want to taste it. Taste it, make sure it tastes good. Does it need anything? Does it need some salt? Does it need some more pepper? And you want to make sure it's smooth, okay? Like I'm seeing some lumps in mine from the flour, but you want to use, if you have a whisk or if you have your spoon, I'm going to get my big spoon. My big spoon's going to do the job, right? And get in here and make sure you make it nice and smooth and even.
Miss, what did you just add?
Oh, I just added I added all the spices. I added the salt, the black pepper, the nutmeg, and the nutmeg and the cinnamon.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And you see, I'm just so, you guys, like, if you notice like there are little lumps in your bechamel sauce, get a big spoon and then just press on the sides like this on the edges of your pot, and that will help to get out any lumps that there are. Okay. See how it's getting nice and thick? Almost kind of like a oatmeal kind of consistency, kind of. And then give it a taste, you guys. Grab another spoon. Oh yeah. Wow. Well, that's good. I add a little salt to mine. So add salt to taste, okay?
I have a question about the sauce.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to be salty?
No, it should not be very salty.
Like it's unseasoned.
Huh?
Like it's unseasoned salty. Like plain.
Oh, so it's gonna be, it's not like a now you want to add salt, yes, so it has some flavor, but it's but you know, remember, it's simple. You have simple ingredients in here. You just have milk, and then you have the cinnamon and the black pepper. So it's a very soft, it's not like a pungent taste. It's a very soft
Okay, thank you.
flavor. Yeah. So should be like a smooth, creamy flavor. Okay. So I'm gonna
So
try.
after you add the milk, what do you add after the milk and the flour and the butter?
Add your spices. Add your spices. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this bechamel sauce off. So everything is off. So as this bechamel sauce cools down, strain off your pasta, and we're gonna start assembling it. And we can turn on our oven. And because of the time that we have, we're gonna turn it on and we're gonna let it go. And then what we'll see is that it's gonna combine together. And so what I want you guys to do is take a picture. When it's all done, when you're all finished with it at your house, take a picture just like we would, and make it pretty and fancy on your fancy plate.
I can't wait to see Alicia's plate.
I know, right?
Thank you.
All right, so let's turn on the oven so it's heating.
Miss, I'm asking questions because I'm writing it down so I can do it with my dad when I get home. I won't forget.
Yeah, and you know what? The menu and the instructions are in the portal. Okay,
Yeah, but my dad doesn't have it.
Okay, well,
Yeah, that's why I'm writing down what I saw asking the question. It's in the other pages too.
Okay, well, you know what? Maybe your mom can help you because I know your mom has it. So she can help you. So then you'll be looking at the.
She can help me because my dad's gonna pick me up and she comes out at 10:30.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'll see what I can do and maybe I can help out just to make sure you have the recipe. Okay. So
Stop.
What do we put our oven on?
you're gonna put your oven to 375. I'm sorry, 370.
Why are we gonna put our oven to 370? What are we doing?
Because we're gonna put it to preheat and we're gonna assemble our bechamel. So I'm gonna pour off my water from my pasta. And then we're gonna be back at the table. We're gonna assemble our bechamel. Our macaroni bechamel. Okay. So let me come back over to the table. Actually, you know what? No, I think I'm gonna stay here. With me. Okay, so have a dish here, a Pyrex dish. So what you want to do is put some of your bechamel sauce in the bottom. And just kind of spread it out a little bit. Are you guys at this point right here?
So how many do we put?
Oh, like put like two spoonfuls.
How come my vegetable sauce isn't thick like yours? What do I do?
Okay, how does it look?
It looks watery.
Okay, so that means you want to turn your fire on your is your fire on low for your bechamel?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. So if it's low, then we're going to if it's low, then turn it up just a little bit, but you gotta keep an eye on it and stir it.
Okay, and exactly what seasoning should go in it, or?
So you're going
Black
to
pepper, cinnamon, salt, and new turmeric. I forgot what that called.
Okay, thank you.
You got it right, Destiny. You said it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, good job.
You know what I remember? Because I wrote it.
Yes, you did write it down. Okay, so I'm actually gonna pour my pasta here into this bowl just so you guys can see it. And I'm gonna put my I'm also gonna put some bechamel on this pour some of the sauce on here into the bowl with all the penne pasta. So just put 2 tablespoons and then stir it up. Just stir it up like that. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna follow my first mind and come over to the table because you guys can see me better at the table.
Like I said, like living with
Okay. So the last thing that we're basically doing is our vegetables.
Well, the vegetables, when your bechamel is all cooked from the oven, you're gonna just put some salad on the side.
We were supposed to put our vegetables in the oven?
No. The vegetables is on the side like your salad.
Oh.
Yeah. So you just like how you eat your salad with your meal, that's what we're doing.
I do my salad different.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
How'd you do yours different? What'd you do?
Well, I forgot how I do it, but I remember one time Mexico, and here we did different. It was so good.
That's awesome.
I tell my dad.
How are you putting the pasta?
Okay, so did you mix in your? Let me put this like that. So because I'm putting some hot stuff here on my table, got some things there. So I'm gonna put on my view here. So we're gonna start layering up. We're gonna start combining everything. So we have our, okay. So can you guys see this okay down here? So we have our here. And then, so I put some of the bechamel sauce into the pan. And then I'm gonna add some of the pasta down here first. So kind of just like cover it down on the bottom.
Miss, I knew you were gonna do that.
I was like, that's taking too long, right? And then you could just spread it out.
So we add half.
I would say yeah, like about half. I think half is no. You know what, Justin? Half is perfect. So depending on the size of your pan on your Pyrex dish, you can kind of look at it and gauge and see how much is left in your bowl compared to what's in here. Okay. So now I'm gonna take my meat, and because my pot is hot, be careful. So I've got all my meat here. And so we're gonna put a layer. So if you have cheese and want to add cheese, you can crumble some cheese here on top.
Putting cheese.
Yes, so if you want to put cheese, you can put cheese. If you don't want to put cheese, you don't have to.
Because it tastes good.
Yeah, it does make it taste good. So we're gonna spread the meat here, and you kind of want to just make it into a nice layer here, and just spread it out.
So we add all of it.
Yeah. So add all of it to this layer, and then just spread it out evenly. And you can use like how I'm using a big spoon here. You can use a big spoon and just push it all the way to the.
I hurt myself with the needle.
And get all that good meat out. You guys, did you guys taste your meat? The cinnamon and the cumin and the cinnamon and the nutmeg in there. Wow, that made it taste so awesome. I normally don't put cinnamon and nutmeg like in my meat stuff, but I think I'm gonna start putting cinnamon and nutmeg now. Okay, so I'm gonna get all that out. Okay, and then now we're gonna put the next half of our bechamel sauce. Ooh, I think my bowl is trying to slip from me. Be careful. So put the second layer on top. Ooh, runaway pasta. And the thing is, you wanna kind of, you may not put all of it because remember you still have to pour your bechamel sauce on top. So we don't want it to roll off the pasta and onto like your table. So look at how much you're putting on there and kind of spread them out and press it down a little bit. We don't want it to be like a tower. Push it down a little bit, spread it out, push it down a little bit. Spread it out.
Did you put something on top of the meat once you put the meat?
Say that one more time. You said, what do you put on top?
After you put the meat, do you put something on top of it, or you just put another layer of pasta?
Put another layer of pasta.
Okay.
And then you're just gonna pour your bechamel sauce right on top of that.
Okay. I thought I was watching a video, so I thought it was.
And you notice the bechamel sauce is gonna get in all those little crevices and stuff, and you're gonna make sure that spreads out nice and even on your sauce there. And kind of help it out, make sure it's even. So if you notice, Destiny, I still have a little bit of pasta left in my bowl. So for any of you guys, kind of depending on your baking container, your Pyrex dish, you can.
I hurt myself with the needle, miss. I'm bleeding.
You don't want to put all the pasta because then all of the this sauce is not gonna, you know,
Miss.
yes.
I'm never
Okay. All right. If you have cheese, you can put some more cheese on, crumble it on top. And aside from that, pop it in the oven.
Hi, Miss so my stuff still isn't like getting like thick.
What'd you say? Your sauce is really thick?
It's not getting thick.
You said it's not getting thick.
Yeah.
Did you turn up your fire?
Yes.
Okay. And let's see. What kind of and you mixed in the flour and the butter?
You said 1 tablespoon of wait, you said 5 tablespoons of flour and
5 tablespoons of flour.
5 tablespoons, right?
Yeah.
And 5 tablespoons of butter?
Yes.
Yeah, I did that. We didn't add no more flour.
Now, if it's still thick, then maybe add 1 more spoonful of 1 more tablespoon of the flour.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can kind of gauge it from there. All right, so let's pop this. I'm gonna pop this into the oven.
Oven for 370?
You're gonna put it for 370 degrees into the oven. And I don't know if you guys can see. I don't know if can you guys see the little sides right there?
Yeah.
When you bake it, when you cut it out of your dish, you're gonna get all those lovely layers of the pasta and the meat and then the bechamel sauce.
That looks good.
Yes, it's gonna be so good.
I'm gonna tell you, it does look like a lasagna.
Do we put cheese on top?
But that's how you make lasagna. You
You
do
do?
the pasta and then you stack it and then you put your veggies, just like how you were talking about veggies inside your pasta. That's like how lasagna.
So, Miss, what do we do with the veggies? Do we do anything yet?
So for the veggies, you're just gonna, it's a salad for the side.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, so after you finish with your after you're finished with your bechamel finishes cooking, so this is supposed to cook for 40 minutes. And of course, depending on your oven, it may not take as long, but you want because remember, everything that you put in, it's already cooked. So we just want it to combine together and be like a happy family. Okay, so
Are we ending already? It's 5:36.
yeah, I know. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna end, and what I want you guys to do
Send the picture. Send a picture.
Take a picture and make sure you put your salad. So when you do your salad here, you want to put your salad all really pretty and nice next to your bechamel.
Bye, guys. I have to help myself. I'm bleeding.
So yeah, so you can decorate your salad next to it really pretty and make that look really awesome and really nice. And yeah. And there's a picture. So yeah. So do you guys have any questions?
My question is that you guys stay safe and wear a mask. That's my question.
Oh.
And I love all of you guys.
Yay, we love you too, Destiny. You're awesome. You are fantastic. We have so many fantastic, so many of you that are fantastic on here. So I appreciate you guys for being here, part of the class. And when you go to Egypt, then you'll be able to try your bechamel there, or any of the other dishes that we showed you, like on the info sheets that Mr. Paul shared with you guys. So really, really cool.
Do we put the cheese on top of the
The bechamel?
Bye.
Yeah, so sprinkle cheese on top. All right,
Okay.
Destiny, you gotta go. Bye, Destiny. We'll see you next week. Oh, next week we're going to Sierra Leone, and we're gonna be making jollof rice with a chicken stew. Ooh. D2, I saw that face. You're gonna be like this.
Bye, guys.
It's gonna be so good. So good. Ooh, Kayla, you guys that looks good over there. How's it coming together? It's coming together good. Ooh.
Yeah, we're making an all vegan one and then a regular vegetarian one. I'm making two.
Very good. And like I was sharing for all my vegetarians, you guys could have used mushrooms or kale for instead of meat. With your same garlic and your onions, and it's gonna saute and yeah. Did I say mushrooms and kale? Yeah, I said mushrooms and kale. I don't know why I was thinking eggplant, but you could put eggplant too if you want. But mushrooms and kale have a really great consistency. So when you chop it, it has that consistency like meat, and give you a good chew, and because it's about textures and stuff like that. So yeah, D2 and huh?
I was gonna say I used to like make the meat.
Ooh, look at that, Alicia. That looks good. Can we see Alicia's? Alicia, that looks so good. Oh my goodness. Wow, that looks so great.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I know that's gonna be good once you start putting it together.
Yeah.
Yes.
The root
What are you saying?
The root is getting thick.
The root's tasting good?
It's getting thick.
It's getting thick, good. So you need the extra tablespoon of flour. So
Yeah.
I have to add an extra tablespoon of flour to mine too. So that's what I'm saying. As we're cooking, we're gonna have measurements for things, right? But depending on your pot, depending on your heat, I want you guys to really pay attention to how the smells that you smell, the textures, like what you see, like how you were saying, you saw that it wasn't getting thick enough. So add whatever is needed, and you'll be able to figure out. I'm telling you that those are signs of good chefs. You see the things that are needed, and you're like, okay, I think it needs thick enough some more, so I need some more flour, and then you mix it in. Yeah, awesome sauce. All right. Okay, D2, what was the oh my goodness, our guest. Give me your name one more time.
Bye.
Bye. Kayla, you're saying bye. Okay, we'll see you next time. We'll see you when we're gonna travel to Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone. Oh, I see your dance there. Oh, come on.
Thank you. Bye.
See you. Bye. D2, Miss Tracy, and our awesome guest. Thank you guys for being here too. Bye.
Yeah,
okay, give me your name one more time.
Kennedy.
Kennedy. Okay. See, I'm not gonna forget. Kennedy. It's been great. How's your bechamel coming?
Can you repeat that one time? Sorry.
How's your bechamel coming out?
What is that? Oh,
the bechamel that we're making. It's coming out good.
I didn't know.
Did you taste it?
Yeah, we tasted a little bit of it, and it's coming together well.
Ooh. Okay, and let me ask you, where do you want to travel to?
Iceland.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Awesome. So are you going to be cooking with us weekly?
Well, I have a meeting, but I'll see if I can join or something.
Yeah, that'll be great. We'll be more than happy to help you. I know you're part. D2 and Miss Tracy are your family, so absolutely join us and cook with us. Because we're going to be cooking. We cook every Wednesday, so basically, you guys are making dinner for your family every Wednesday. Like, isn't that amazing? They're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, what did you make?
Yeah,
what'd you make today?"
My parents are really gonna be glad.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be happy every Wednesday. They're gonna be like, so Kennedy, what's going on? They're gonna want you to cook every day. All right, awesome. All right, you guys. Miss Brenda, I see you there. How's it coming on your end? Good. Awesome. 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 All right, you guys. So we will see you next week. Take a picture of your bechamel with the salad. What'd you say, Miss Tracy?
Nothing. I was saying salad.
Yes, with your salad. Did I say salad? What did I say? Did I say something different? No, I said salad. Yeah, so take a picture with the salad and the bechamel, and I'll post mine too. Okay.
Figure out how to
All right,
post
you
mine
guys.
on the because we're supposed to post them on the W Wooten Center, right?
The parent so on your parent in the parents portal under the world language class.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to get it in there.
It'll say at the top, it'll say share something.
Share. Okay, I'm gonna see. I gotta find it. I was trying to figure it out, but I couldn't figure it out.
Well, it's the same when you come into this class, the link that you click on is in that same
area.
So at the very top, it'll say share something, and then you can attach like a picture or whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna try that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Take care.
Bye, you guys. See you next week. All right. Thank you, Mr. Mario.